Okay, so today's video is going to be about sucking and tucking. So in other words, I've heard a lot of therapists and practitioners tell patients and clients that they should be sucking their belly in order for their core to be strong, and they should be tucking their pelvis in order to protect their low back. But this is a very antiquated and outdated theory on protecting sort of the trunk of the body. And it actually, over time, will cause a lot of pain, chronic pain, and possible disc issues, as well as pelvic floor and core issues too. And I know that sounds counterintuitive, being that it's supposed to strengthen your core by drawing your belly button in or by sucking it in, but that actually engages our superficial muscles, not our deep core and pelvic floor muscles. And those are two very, very different things. And we will do a series about core versus pelvic floor, and we will talk about that more in depthly down the road. But just for today, understand that by sucking it in or having the idea that someone's punching you in the stomach, I've heard all of these, is not great for our structural health and for longevity down the road. So I'm just going to show that to you. So if this is me in a somewhat neutral position, right? So this is my standing neutral, which means that my ear is lining up to my shoulder to my hip to my ankle, and my ankle over my foot. So hopefully that's lining up in the camera. Now, if I do a suck and tuck, or I draw my belly button in, or I imagine someone's punching me in the stomach to engage my core, this is what happens. So now I've just completely changed the shape of my spine, and a lot of things are going to be affected. So I'm going to have Ashley kind of scan the things that are going to be affected. So first and foremost, my knees have changed, right? So now I'm kind of bending my knees. They have to bend and kind of go forward, shear forward, in order to accommodate what my pelvis is doing. So my knees are going to be affected. And then if we go up through the pelvis, my low back, I no longer have a curve in my spine. I am squeezing my butt cheeks, so these are constantly active. And my pelvis is jutting forward. It's no longer over the midline or under the midline of my body. In addition to that, I've had to draw my abs in because I'm sucking, and that's going to pull my ribs down, which is going to compress on my lungs and my diaphragm, and it's going to inhibit and restrict my breathing. It is also going to keep me in what we call a sympathetic mode, which is our fight or flight or our stressful response. And that is not a happy place to live in. So I want you guys to try to get out of the suck and tuck mode. So for women, you have to let your bellies hang out. We just have to love it and own it and let it be. Let it be very, very natural. No more sucking it in. It does not strengthen our core, and in fact, it's going to cause incontinence issues and bladder issues and pelvic floor issues down the road. And we do want a booty, and we do want a low back curve. Okay, so everything, now that I'm back in my alignment, notice that I am all lined up. I am stacked, and the arches of my feet are underneath my body and supporting the weight of my body and my structure.